Hey guys, Bree here from Mishawaka Crochet, and I hope you liked our ice cream koozie recipe from yesterday. Today is officially day 4 of Stitchmas. That means we are on Advent calendar day number 9, right? 9? Is that even possible? 12, 11, 10, 9. That's wild. I can't believe today is single digits. It's so exciting. So let's get into the Advent calendar and we'll go from there. Oh, number 9 looks like a good one here. We have a little note from my husband. If you know the rules, if you can read it, then you're welcome to it. I'm going to put that up. And then, this is one of my favorite things. And actually, it looks like there's 2 of them in here. I can never have enough of these. These come from Hobby Lobby. They're $1.79. And if you ever get that dent in your finger, you will know how awesome these are. I love these little, it's a yarn guide. I love these little yarn guides. They are great because since they're plastic, they kind of form to your body, because you got that little bit of heat in your finger, and it forms to your body, and it keeps that yarn from giving you a little yarn burn or an indent. And they're cheap enough that if you lose one, you don't feel too guilty about it. I am notorious for taking mine off, like in the bathroom or the kitchen, and throwing it on the counter or on top of the fridge and forgetting where I left it. And then I can't find it. Then I have to go get a new one out of my stash. So these definitely will come in handy. Also, there's even a little treat in here. Cowtails, and they're the little mini ones. Those are like perfect, like 2 bite size. I love these. That was so nice of him and very thoughtful, because it's something that I can open and not get my fingers sticky if I'm working on a project. And I mean, they have that little bit of powder on the outside, but you don't have to touch it. You just open that baby up, slide it out a little bit, and away you chomp. But this was a good one. So as I was saying, today I'm going to cash in on that yarn shopping spree I was promised, and I'm going to cash in on the patterns. So I found a pattern that I really liked, and then I heard that Marley's Camp Colorwork was on sale. So I heard about what the secret code was of that, and so I cashed in on that too. And I haven't gotten super deep into it yet, so I can't give it a full recommendation, but what I'm seeing is totally well worth the money that you spend. There are patterns in there. You learn all sorts of techniques, and it doesn't matter if you knit or crochet. There's something there for everybody. And I already see plenty I'm going to learn. Now, I've done plenty of color work things, in the past. I've made a sweater using like tapestry crochet. I've done some mosaic crochet, but these things, I wouldn't say they're one of my strongest points. I mean, I'm great at following a stitch diagram. I get all that, but I'm always interested in learning little tips and tricks and how I can do these things and more easily and make them come out even better. So I will have to give you more of a full report on that down, somewhere down the road. But for now, I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, and the other pattern, I think it was called, I'll have to double check. I'll put a picture in right over here. But I think it was called the Hello Pumpkin sweater. And so that is, I thought it was just so pretty. And since I'm going to be learning all these new color work techniques, I thought that was an appropriate pattern to get. So I have a couple goals today when I go out shopping. So for one, I would like to get, I got a free copy of Marley Bird's Aurora lace sweater, and I thought it was so pretty. And so I went ahead and got, I got that the other day as a freebie. If you don't actually, let me just take a side note. If you haven't heard about the 24 days of Quickies or the Jolly Holiday with Marley, you should go check that out. I'm going to leave you a link down in the description so you can go check that out too. because I mean, they're giving away patterns every day, and then the Jolly Holiday patterns are giving away. But even if you've missed out on the Jolly Holiday so far, you can go for like $15. I think that's what it is currently. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's $15 still. You can get 24 patterns. That's 12 knit and 12 crochet patterns. And so far, they've been pretty awesome. I've gotten every crochet one so far. Super pleased. But that's how I got the Aurora lace sweater. And I'm super, like, I thought it was so pretty. And all I could think of was like Princess Aurora. So when I go shopping today, my goal is I'd like to either get like a pink, like Aurora's pink dress, or a blue, like her blue dress. Or maybe something that kind of reminds me of that. Like, because Sleeping Beauty is like one of my favorites. And I mean, I don't know if that was her intention at all, but whenever I hear the name Aurora, I mean, I'm a big Disney fan, so that's all I can think of is Sleeping Beauty. So that's one of my goals today. I also, the pattern I showed you over here, that one, I want to, if I can get the yarn for that today, I'd like to get that while I'm out. Also, I've heard about this new, like, granny square, like, their skeins. It's Red Heart, like, granny square, I think is what they're calling it. And it's, like, it's made so that as long as you have the right, appropriate, tension and gauge, that you can make granny squares that you don't even have to change colors. It just automatically changes for you each round. So I'm a little skeptical about that. And if I don't get my hands on it today, then that is something I'm going to be looking for in the future. And I want to do a review on to share with you guys, because that's very intriguing, especially because, I mean, you can see right here over my shoulder, I've been doing a lot of granny square stuff this year. Well, so I think that's all I have for right now. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go get my shopping done, and then I think I'll do a yarn haul, and I'll tell you what I found today, and I'm also going to share with you, my yarn haul for today. So stay tuned, and I'll be back a little bit later, and I'll tell you about my experience out shopping and show you my yarn haul. Alright, I'm back from my shopping spree, and I went to Hobby Lobby, I went to Michael's, I went to Joann's, and I'm going to show you what I got from the three. First off, we'll start off with Hobby Lobby. Nothing. Hobby Lobby was full of craziness, crazy people. The yarn was picked over, which actually, now that I'm getting deeper into it, I don't think it's picked over. I think they just don't stock it like they do at the old Hobby Lobby near my old house. This one, if you're going in there for a sweater quantity, it better be a tiny sweater, because I can never find more than, it seems like, 2, sometimes 3 skeins that the dye lots will match. I like Hobby Lobby. I like their yarn. They carry, different stuff there, but I'm actually at a point where I'm like, is it really worth it? Because it's just never very well stocked. And interestingly enough, I heard somebody else talking while I was there, and this woman was telling, who I assume was her son, that she only goes basically to Michael's and Joann's because Hobby Lobby, she has the same problem, that they're never stocked, which is really unfortunate. But it is what it is. I mean, maybe it's something I'll have to keep in mind for the future, that if I'm looking for a large quantity, like for sweaters, like the 2 I was telling you about, that Hobby Lobby probably shouldn't be my first choice if they're not going to stay well stocked. Now, I will say Hobby Lobby has a lot of like cutesy things that I like. A long time ago, I got a face mask like a eye mask for sleeping that says "Wake me up when yarn's on sale." One of my favorite things. It's like got memory foam in it, super soft. But they didn't even have those, because I would have totally grabbed one of those. So unfortunately, it's just didn't pan out very well. Could be because we're getting close to the holiday. A lot of people are, maybe Hobby Lobby was picked over today. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to give it another try, but I'm not having good luck there. So next we went to Michael's, and so I ended up with these 2 bags, Michael's, Joann's. Let me talk about Michael's. So I found this blue, which was by Loops and Threads, and it is soft classic acrylic, 354 yards. But anyways, I think this is pretty and perfect, and the next big project I plan working is the Aurora sweater by Marley Ray. Like I said, I'll definitely leave links down below, so in case you're interested too. So I needed 5, and what I needed was 5 skeins. So there's 5 skeins of this one. I ended up, they were buy one, get one half off today. So I grabbed this purple. I don't know what it is about this purple, but I was just so drawn to it. And let's see, does this have an actual number or actual name? This one's called Raspberry. So this one just has, oh, I take that back. Now that I've looked, I picked it back up. Now that this yarn label is different than what I'm used to, I guess. This one is called Reef, like coral reef, which I think is definitely appropriate because it's definitely like an oceany blue. But anyways, I ended up with 5 of this one, 1 of this one, so a total of 6 skeins. Buy one, get one half off, so I couldn't walk out of there with just the 5 I needed, so I might as well grab one more. You know, girl math, you have to get the other one because you can't leave a half price skein on the shelf, right? So Michael's came to $19.02 for those 6 skeins of yarn. Not too shabby. So I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm pretty excited about getting started on that project. And then I got into Joann's. And Joann's, like, we didn't even grab a cart when I got there, because to be honest, I mostly was looking for the granny square skein of yarn that I was telling you about. So I obviously didn't have it. I guess they're not supposed to have it at Michael's from what I've read. It's a Joann's and Walmart thing. But they did not have it at Joann's. Joann's was a madhouse too in the end. But I was able to find the yarn for the Hello Pumpkin sweater that I'm thinking about. So I was feeling really, I was feeling really inspired by like Disney characters and the colors that are used in Disney. So I had, you know, the Aurora as in Sleeping Beauty sweater. And then this one, I was thinking about how the mosaic pattern kind of reminds me of like Morocco, and then I, you know, thinking about Aladdin, you know, like I'm thinking about, you know, that part of the world. And I thought that it would be really cool if I did something that kind of reminded me of Jasmine's dress. So I found this blue and this gold that kind of remind me of Jasmine's outfit, and I think they're going to look great together. So there's a good contrast, but I think they're going to look great together either way, even though they're like really different. So I ended up with, let's see, let me grab out my receipt here. I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I ended up with 5 of the blue, which were, okay, so this is the Big Twist, 100% acrylic, weight 4, aqua. So 5 of the aqua, and then Big Twist, this one is mustard. So I got 9 skeins of yarn in the end, 5 of the blue, 4 of the gold, 9 skeins of yarn. And they were a doorbuster deal for $2.79 each. So that means they were $1.75 savings on each. So in the end, 9 skeins of yarn I ended up getting for $30.11. And oh, I forgot, we also got, my husband and I each got like a Lindor truffle, and then he got tea. So we got all of 9 skeins of yarn, 2 little truffles, and a tea. $30.11. At the end, let's see if it has it on here, how much I saved. I saved $16.30, which isn't too bad at all. So, I mean, for, you figure like about $50 total, I'm going to be able to make 2 sweaters. So I don't think that's too bad at all, really. Well, I think that's about it for today. Tomorrow we're looking at going to get our tree, which I thought hopefully I can bring you along for. and then I can show you what we end up picking out, and I can show you what we end up putting on our tree. I don't know, that might be 2 different videos. So at least planning on going to our tree tomorrow. So until next time, take care.